Hello, lovely people of the world.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
안녕하세요, 여러분.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
This is Justin and Sarah.
And welcome to our YouTube channel called Love Withstanding. Today we'll be talking on week 14. Oh, I'm gonna need your help, honey. Baby Park is 14 weeks old today. That should answer my first question. How far along am I? 14 weeks and 5 days today. Baby Park is the size of a peach. I keep moving, trying to accommodate as many of those flags up there. I don't know if y'all can see. That basically represents who we are. So, second question is, what are my symptoms? This week, I started feeling slight cramping and stiffness on my right hip and my right thigh, like upper thigh, basically like the hip joint area. So yeah, I'm not really sure what that is, but it's like, it's sudden and dull and doesn't last very long, and that it comes and goes. It's intermittent. When I lay on one position, like on my right side, it feels better. When I lay on my left side, it cramps a little. When I lay on my back, it cramps. Basically, any sudden changes of positions or movements would cause that. But it does go away once I become aware of it and once I try to reposition myself. And I have a feeling it has something to do with Baby Park, just because Baby Park is either on the right side of my uterus or just right below my belly button. Second symptom, bump. My baby bump is being a baby bump now. It's starting to show. So these are photos of my baby bump. I don't know if y'all can notice a difference when it comes to the progression from weeks 4 onwards, but to me, at 14 weeks, the bump seems more prominent. You know how I tend to wake up first thing in the morning and not have eaten anything. Usually my belly's flat, right? Even during the course of the pregnancy, but that was all up to 14 weeks. As soon as I hit the 14-week mark, I noticed that every time I'd wake up in the morning, I have a bump. And I thought, oh, it's probably just gas. So then I try to, use the washroom, and then I come out of it, and I notice there is still a mini bump there. And it's like, what in the world? It's an actual bump. But it was kind of an awkward bump to the point where it's like, oh no, I kind of look fat. It looks like food bump or a gas bump. Doesn't look like a baby bump. So it's like, oh, I have to keep rubbing my belly in public so that people know it's not, this isn't me. This isn't my usual tummy. The baby's doing this.
Or doesn't that make you look like, oh, I had a really good meal?
In public?
Yeah.
Usually women don't like to rub their bellies in public because they don't want to show, accentuate, hey, I got a bump there, or I got a belly developing, Okay, the next symptom I noticed was that I was starting to develop blue veins that seem way more visible this week than the previous weeks, and more visible around the chest areas, around my boobs. It's so strange because not just in my boob area, it's like on my legs as well, on here. I don't know if you can see, probably not. I was like, oh, what's happening? Am I turning into the Hulk lady? The She-Hulk. Let's get to frequently asked question number 3, which is, how much weight have I gained this week? So unfortunately, I weighed 112 pounds on Monday. So that means that I lost 0.2 pounds, which is okay. It's 0.2, it's very, very tiny. I'm happy. I mean, that's not so bad for a dip, I'll take it as long as it goes up in the next week. Frequently asked question number 4. How is my skin looking? Or what are my skin issues? Well, no stretch marks this week, thank goodness. But I did notice that I'm developing breakouts on my lower back and mid back and kind of like behind my shoulder blade. So yeah, I like to call them back knee. I believe that that's the term that people are using nowadays. Look, I know it's not in the English dictionary, you guys. A few of you are like, oh my god, ablation doesn't exist. I know that, alright? I'm just getting with the times here. We're just trying to have fun. The whole point of these vlogs is not necessarily to educate you on English vocabulary. It's just for us to be ourselves. If we would like to use colloquial terms, then we're just getting with the times for fun. Please just bear with us, okay? Love you all. Anywho, passive aggressive. Yeah. So yeah, I started developing back knee, but it's like 4 of them. It's one on my lower back. I think one way lower, like right above my crack, and then one in my mid back on the bra line, and then one behind my shoulder blade, a little bit higher than the bra line. So yeah, strange, but it's not like the actual acne on your face. They seem itchier, not painful. That's my skin condition for this week.
I also have a back knee. I have two acne on my back.
Did it develop this week too, honey?
Yeah, this week.
You see, I have a feeling hubby here is actually pregnant with me. I don't know, it sounds kind of weird, but it's like he's the one eating all the sweets.
Yeah, my food craving is sweets.
Which is weird, because he doesn't like sweets.
I normally don't ever eat sweets.
Yeah. And my food craving still does not include sweets. So I don't understand why he keeps offering me, here, honey, there's chocolate. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm having chocolate. Or, here, honey, there's cake. Okay, I guess I'm having cake now. Like, I didn't understand why he kept feeding me all these sweet stuff. Like, it's as if he's the one going through the pregnancy. Like, I have cravings, here, share them with me. So yeah, it's cute. And he's also drowsier than I am.
I think that's because I'm doing all the household chores.
Stop. Honey, you're throwing me under the bus. Yeah, no.
We've been splitting the household chores 50-50 until she got pregnant, and then I'm doing 100% of the chores.
Hey, I'm more
so
tired.
I think that's why I'm more tired than getting sleepy early.
Or you're just pregnant.
Or I'm pregnant.
Yeah, you're just pregnant with me, honey. It does exist. I mean, it does happen, so we'll see. All right, frequently asked question number 5. Highlight of this week. What is a highlight of our week, honey?
Going to the maternity clinic.
To finally meet, for the first time, my obstetrician / gynecologist.
OBGY.
OBGYN.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes. Our OB's first name is Selena.
Dr. Selena.
Which happens to be, I think, 3rd or 2nd on our list of baby girl names. Should we bump it up to 1st? No. Nothing beats her 1st. And we're not going to share that with you guys just yet. It's a little too early. Soon. One of these days. One of these episodes.
What's going on today?
We are going to our very first ever maternity clinic appointment. I guess we're going to meet our OB.
What's OB?
Our obstetrician. It's like the baby doctor.
Is this doctor that's going to deliver the baby?
Maybe.
Or is it going to help us guide through the process, but on the delivery day someone else will be there?
Our family doctor is sending me to go see the doctor that's going to help deliver my baby, our baby, at the hospital that we're delivering at. Does that make sense?
Oh, by the way, this is 9:20 in the morning on Wednesday. I'm taking a day off from work.
Wednesday, July 18, 2018.
I haven't had my morning coffee yet.
And I just had a glass of milk and now I'm chewing gum to freshen up my breath again.
Do you have your list of questions that you're going to ask?
No, but can you get us there in time?
Do you want to come up with a list of questions?
You're probably going to ask me about my birth plan and I'll go like, what are you talking about?
You say you bought a tub. Water bath.
I bought a hot tub. Can't we give birth there? I can't, honey. It's the first baby. Why would I do that? No. Baby Bark is still 14 weeks and 5 days old today. So size of a peach. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Almost there. You dropped your phone. So you just tailed the guy in front of you. And why did you pick the slowest lane? Are you serious right now? Tell me the truth. Did you miss your exit? Tell me where you need to go and I will drive you there.
No, I think I can get there.
Next year or today? Did you miss your exit?
Yes. But
Can you just admit that then? That's what I was asking.
Got back on track just now.
Mm-hmm. No, dude, no, go there. Don't you dare make me walk. I don't know if you remember your license plate number to pay for parking, but no need to display. It says no need to display, okay?
No need to
Call me.
You don't care.
Did you call me?
Where?
So they kind of set you up for an appointment. So they go like, show up at 9:40 a.m. Try to show up a few minutes early to register, whatever. So then you show up. I think we showed up early. 9:40 a.m. on the dot. We were there. He had to pay for parking. So we were there. We checked in with the reception at 9:40, and then we waited how long? A whole hour. I believe we waited there for a whole hour before a nurse came in to go like, Sarah, and I'm like, here. Seriously though, what's the point of booking an appointment if they're gonna just accommodate you an hour later? And what's the point in telling us to make sure we're there on time if they're just gonna accommodate you an hour? I mean, we could have had a proper breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, so she basically gathered some basic medical information.
Your ethnic background.
She asked for my ethnic background. She asked for his ethnic background. She asked whether we had any family history of
hereditary conditions or hereditary diseases,
genetic conditions, or baby stillborns or miscarriages. And I'm like, no, all good, went well. So she did like a physical inspection first. Right? She started checking, making sure that I got no extra masses around my breasts. But she was nice and gentle. She probably knew they'd probably be sore. It wasn't sore anymore, by the way. This week, my boobs are no longer sore. I guess that's a symptom. Hey! She also did an inspection, so she physically palpated my lower abdomen, where they suspect the uterus would be at that point. And wow, she was like, you're starting to show a little here. And that's when I knew. I was like, so it's not all in my head when I wake up first thing in the morning and I see myself showing a little bit. I really am showing. She said, you're starting to show a little here. I'm like, thank you. And then the most exciting part was she's like, I'm going to grab my fetal Doppler, which is a device that helps you listen to the heartbeat that early on in pregnancy. And she's like, and we're going to try to look for baby's heartbeat today, if that's okay with you. But you know, most of the times we don't get it, so don't panic. And I heard the same script over and over again. And I'm like, oh honey, this will be your first time to hear the baby's heartbeat via the fetal Doppler. And sure enough, she got it. Justin was really excited. When he heard the heartbeat, he was like, on his seat. It was like, as if it's the most incredible sound he's ever heard. I'm like, honey, we've heard the heartbeat so many times. So I guess we can never get enough of it.
Because it ends at 11:27.
Oh my god, that's insane.
I was late by 6 minutes and they take it in.
So we shouldn't have used the washer, we should have come right out? Honey, what if we lose the battle and you still spend $1,000?
What I'm saying is that we're gonna fight it until we die. It's either gonna be 60-year battle.
Even though because usually what the judge does is if they rule it, there's nothing you can do to fight it anymore because it was the case
I just won't pay. What are they gonna do?
Apparently tow your vehicle.
How are they gonna? Where are they gonna find my vehicle?
At Riley Park, apparently.
They're not gonna find it here anymore.
Meaning I'll be driving next time?
Yeah, you'll be taking your car, so they won't never find this car ever.
Okay. If this amount remains unpaid for more than 30 days, it will be forwarded to a debt collection agency, which I know there's a way around it because Winnie always leaves her credit cards unpaid. We may also tow your vehicle from property managed by us and or take legal action. Should this charge proceed to a debt collection agency, costs and interest will be added. So you're not allowed to park anywhere in Imperial Parking, Canada.
There we go.
In Impark.
There we go. They lost our business.
Right.
Impark is my mortal enemy now. There's 12-minute overlap, and we're over by 6 minutes. That means we paid
6 minutes more.
We paid 6 minutes more. So they should reimburse us for 6 minutes. So our fight is that we overpaid by 30 cents. We want our 30 cents back. The article says as long as it's not run by city.
Well, what's Impark run by then?
It's a private company. Even when they say they're gonna like send it over to collection agency and tow your vehicle, that's just an intimidation tactic. They don't actually do it. If they actually wanna do that, they're gonna have to pay $50. But and then what their fine is $55? Then they're not gonna pay $50.
$55 and then $80.
Yeah, then they're not gonna pay $50 to get, $55 back. The thing about with the city parking is that there is a clear way to fight the ticket, right? They said you either pay the fine voluntarily or you show up to court, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with this private parking lot, they don't give you option to come to court, and they don't tell you how I can take legal action by going to a quarter one now, right? Because there is no way for the customers to fight it, you don't have to do it. Because if they were to give us the choice, then we can go through the process. Since they don't give us a choice, we don't have to do it. We pay for the parking at the maternity clinic for 1 hour when we arrived. So that's between 9:39 in the morning to 10:39. But we were still waiting for our doctor to see us. So at 10:27, I went back out and paid for another hour of parking. So from 10:27, I paid another hour. So that brings us to 11:27. So I paid 2 hours of parking, but 12-minute overlap. Between 10:27 to 10:39, we paid for parking twice. And by the time we came out of the maternity clinic and into our car, we saw there was a parking ticket, and the time that was written there was
11:33.
11:33. Which technically my parking has expired because it shows that I paid for up until 11:27.
Which is a 6-minute difference.
6-minute difference. However, if you count the fact that I paid for parking twice between the minutes 10:27 and 10:39, which is 12 minutes, which I paid for twice. So that means which should be enough to cover the 6-minute lateness that we encountered. So we called this parking company in park. We called them and they said, oh, it's in our computer, there's nothing we can do. It's just in the computer, there's nothing we can do, right? That's what they said.
But we can give you a $10 discount.
Which I did not accept. But I'm telling you, right, I'm not going to pay a cent of this parking fine. Because I think this is unfair. And we didn't have opportunity to present our case in front of a judge and present our evidence,
our side of the story,
our evidence why we should not pay this fine, because we
why
actually
we should not
pay.
even have been ticketed.
I mean, I'm saying even if you were to ticket it, if I got in a fair trial and present my case, and I think we have a valid case because we paid for double parking for 12 minutes.
And I tried to convince him, y'all. I was like, honey, let's just get rid of this. Just $45, you know, yeah, I'll pay for it. And he's like, that's not the point. That's against the whole principle of it all. So I'm like, okay.
So just because they say that we're guilty of parking without paying the proper parking fees, and we don't get to present our case, this feels like medieval court trial, where the king turns his thumb down and all of a sudden you're guilty. There's no way for you to present your case and argue for your case. So I feel this is really unfair. So I would rather spend thousands of dollars on lawyer fees to fight this than pay $85 in fine, because I think this is unjust.
In the meantime, we'll be waiting until the cops find us.
Cops will not find us because this is a private company. That means they cannot send cops over to us.
We just could never park in their parking lot. At least you can.
Unless we go to a court and then judge says that I should still pay for the parking fine. At that point, then maybe I will pay for the parking fine.
But only after his case is heard.
Only if my side of the story has been heard.
Yes. And then I fully supported him after that. I was like, okay, honey, you're right. Let's go malling now before it closes. I'm hungry. So we just went and ate. Frequently asked question number 6. Food cravings, any
Sweets.
aversions? I'm not craving sweets.
I am.
Justin is craving sweets. I'm craving, this week, I started craving cold water, which doesn't make sense. And sparkling lemonade. See, that is the weirdest thing ever, because all my life, I would stay away from really cold drinks or any iced beverages because I develop a cough. You know, like anytime anything cold, too cold goes down my throat, I start coughing. And it's like, what? I like cold? And I don't cough. This week, I did not cough while drinking cold beverages, which does not make sense to me at all. I was like, did I just get better? Did this pregnancy help me so that I could drink cold stuff? Maybe I should, take advantage of that. And ice cap, please. Can't have an ice cap. So am I happy or moody most of the time? I tend to try to be the balance because he's the moody one this week. So I'm like, I'm gonna be happy this week. Although by the end of the day, I'm just too tired to even try to be the happy one. So then that's when the roles reverse and then he becomes the happy one. And Justin here is just the sweetest, most perfect, most dreamiest husband ever because he takes such good care of me. I couldn't ask for a better husband. Like, oh my goodness, he does all the household chores, cleans up after my mess, picks me up when I can't walk anymore. That's just because I'm being lazy and tired or sleepy or drowsy. I don't know.
And she doesn't want to brush her teeth at night.
That's it for me. I'm passed out. I'm like, no.
So I literally
I'll brush it tomorrow.
pick her up, put her down right in front of the washer and say, here, brush your teeth.
And he starts the water for me and everything. So can't say no to that. I mean, at the back of my mind, I keep telling myself, think about him. Think about all the effort he's been making and all the trouble he's been going through just to make sure you take care of you and baby. So it's like, okay, fine. For you, I will do it, honey. But you know, if it were up to me, it's just like, not today. Tomorrow, I promise I'll brush twice. That kind of thing. So, yeah.
Doesn't work like that.
Since my bump is starting to show, maybe this is the time to start looking for loose fitting clothes. And he was like, hey, why don't we go to maternity stores? And I was like, no, honey, I do not want to go there. My sister never felt the need to wear any maternity wardrobe. All she ever did was wear looser clothes. So because we normally fit into a size small or extra small, here we had to like basically buy a medium, a large, or an extra large. So I was like, I'll just do that. Let's try that for now, see how that works. And then if I really, when it comes down to it and I really, really need a maternity wardrobe, then we'll go ahead and do that. I ended up buying 4 dresses. It was so loose. Basically, there was no cinching on the waist. There was no shape to it. It's literally just as if you're wearing a men's shirt, except nicely embroidered on the arms. I was so sure. I'm like, honey, we need to go to Urban Planet, that store, or Sirens, you know, and for sure we're gonna find maternity looking clothes, right? But then first stop we saw was Blue Notes along our way to Urban Planet. We're like, hey, you know what, why don't we go take a peek at Blue Notes? And guess what? At the end of the day, we ended up only buying loose fitting girly maternity looking clothes from Blue Notes. So a bonus feature, I've been having really weird vivid dreams since week 10. Vivid dream for week 11 that was so clear in my mind and in my memory. Actually, Justin and I were at the beach and we were the only ones in the dream.
We didn't actually go to the beach in there.
We were the only ones there. And then he left me, I think, to go grab a soda. So he said, I'll be right back. He left and I remember just looking. So I was looking at him go into the cafeteria ways away to buy some drinks. And as soon as he disappeared into the cafeteria, I turned my gaze back at the beach or the shoreline ahead of me. And that's when I noticed like a tsunami was happening before my very eyes. The entire ocean was rising and rising and rising. And for some weird reason, I did not have the urge to leave or to run for my life or to run to safety. I was just laying there on the sand, looking at it. And then it was going up above me and I was just looking at it. I was just frozen. I guess I couldn't even do anything. I remember feeling scared. I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to see my hubby again. No one's going to see me again. And then I woke up before it could even land on me. Anyway, that's for week 11. For week 12, my vivid, weird pregnancy dream was about, this is fun. I told Justin about this. This must have scared him like crazy and went like, okay, no more horror movies for you. I dreamt again that we were at the beach. Only Justin and I discovered this beach again that no one else knows about because this time it was deserted. And actually, it's almost like a childhood memory because in Dubai, where I grew up, there were a lot of beaches surrounding the United Arab Emirates. So these are just beaches along the highway from one city to another that we as a family love to spend family get-togethers at. So yeah, we've been through those deserted kind of beaches. And in my dream, I was in one of those with him. We were starting to set up camp. We had like the beach mat on the sand. I'm like, okay, we're just starting. And then I noticed a little boy. There were 2 boys actually in that dream. One of them was like running all across the shore, I think, just playing by himself. I don't know where their parents were. And then there's one little boy that came towards me. He was sort of like aiming for my boobie, almost like he's aiming to suck at my boobie for milk. And I'm not talking infant. This was a little boy, like I would say about 4 or 5 years old. I hugged him at first because I was like, oh, why did he come to me and hug me? And then later on he was like reaching for my top, trying to grab it down so that he could, you know? And I went like, what are you doing? Because I was like, wait, what are you doing? Where's your mom? And he's just like, nyang, nyang, nyang. So by the way, this boy seemed like a cannibal. I think I remember, like, where's your parents? Where are your parents? I looked up, like, while trying to protect my boobie from his face. I was like, wait, where's your parents, right? I looked around and I saw his brother eating a human being. Too much Walking Dead, y'all. Anyway, eating a human being's, like, neck. Is that your brother? And he's like, yes, nyang, 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 trying to reach for my boob still. And I went like, oh my God, this little boy's a cannibal. He's gonna eat me. He's not even after breast milk or anything. I was like, ah! And I'm like, what's your name? Wait, tell me what your name is. I'm trying to distract him while Justin is looking, like fidgeting, looking for a weapon. Tell me what your name is. I'm holding the baby's head like this. Wait. Like, wait. Tell me what your name is. And then he was like, Jason. And then I woke up and I went like, really? Jason? Why? I'm just like, okay, so I don't know anybody personally by the name of Jason. I mean, I know for a fact that Jason was the name that Justin used to be mistakenly called for.
Even now, if you look at the comment section, that would refer to me as
Sarah
a Jason.
and Jason, and it's like, his name is Justin, but anywho. So yeah, since he was in high school, I think, his teacher.
My math teacher in grade 11 always called me Jason.
And even at work sometimes.
And my neighbor calls me Jason all the time.
At first I was excited. I was like, oh, I guess we're having a boy. I dreamt of 2 boys. I'm not having twins, by the way, guys. We are not expecting twins, just 1 baby. But it's like, I dreamt of 2 boys. That's the same gender, so it must be a boy. But Jason, you know, if this is the baby's way of trying to tell us, if it's a boy, by the way, and is trying to tell us, hey, mom, dad, name me Jason. I'm going, no, baby. No.
You're a cannibal.
And you're a cannibal. It's a nightmare. So I guess all the more reason for me not to want to name our baby boy Jason. I feel that's an awesome name. Don't get me wrong. It's just not for our future son. And then for week 13, my weird pregnancy vivid dream was about I was so pissed at Justin by the time I woke up from this dream. This happened after the whole pregnancy scare, you know, the bright red spotting, the clots, the emergency ultrasound. This happened days after that. In case you guys don't know what I'm talking about, please do go back and check out our previous video on week 13 because we did have a pregnancy scare. And yeah, but baby's okay today, so don't you worry. The dream I had was that I found out that Justin had a previous renter before he and I met who was a single mom of 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and Justin and her actually had a relationship.
In her dream.
In my dream. They were in a relationship. She was his ex at some point, but I think it was kind of like casual relationship. They weren't really an item, just for fun kind of thing. So he told me all this because I asked him. In my dream, I asked him about it. I was like, honey, you need to tell me the truth. Did you have a relationship with this woman? And then he finally spilled his guts and told me everything. And I was so mad. I felt so betrayed and so hurt. But more than anything, I was enraged. I was like, I can't believe you lied to me. And it's like, I didn't lie to you. I knew how you'd react, so I kept it from you. And I'm like, that is lying. So anywho, I was so mad at him. And then I woke up, my blood boiling. He was still beside me in bed. I woke up like, you know, like, I want to kill him. But yeah, at the same time, a part of me was like, it's not fair to him. He's sleeping so soundly, you know. And he even tried to hug me at some point there, and I was like, don't touch me. But anyway, but he was so sweet, and I just couldn't. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna out and tell him so he doesn't get offended if I do say or do anything to like move his get off of me or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, honey, I need to tell you something. I had a bad dream about you, and I was mad. I just started off like that, and he was like, oh.
But I didn't do it.
He kept telling me I didn't do it. I'm telling me the truth. Did you have a renter you had a previous relationship with? And it's like, I didn't. Did you have a single mom of 2? A single mom, period, who rented this house? He's like, no, honey. When I started renting out my house, you and I were already an item. And I'm like, sure. And I asked him, who's the very first renter? Because I need to go back. And he told me, he's like, you know her. It was this lady. I'm like, okay. Who's the next renter? Yeah, that was my vivid dream for week 13. My latest vivid dream at week 14, I was wearing my high school uniform that I had worn for years back in Dubai, which is a gray pinafore with a light blue blouse and a navy blue and light blue striped necktie. What? I don't know if you guys know what a pinafore is. It's basically a onesie of like a jumper suit looking top and then a dress. Yeah. So basically, but then the weird part is, even though I was in high school uniform, I was in that scenario in my dream, I was in nursing school all over again. And I was walking away from class. I think class ended. So a bunch of my classmates and myself, all girls by the way, were walking out of class, out of the school grounds to head for the nearest cafe so we could have a snack. It's almost like it was lunch break, I guess. And as I was walking out into the field, there were two kids that were running my way and held my hand. So the first was a little girl who was older than the little boy that came next. So first it was a little girl that held my hand, and then the little boy who's younger than her held my hand, the other hand. I mean, he was kind of hoping to hold the same hand that the little girl was holding, and when he saw it was taken already, he went around me, behind me, and grabbed my other hand. And I thought nothing of it. I just went, oh, that's sweet. Held both their hands, and I kept walking with all my female classmates, heading to the cafeteria, to the cafe. And that's as much as I remember. I woke up from that dream really confused, because I'm like, if this is my subconscious way of trying to figure out the gender of our baby, there was a boy and there was a girl, so that didn't help. I woke up from that dream telling Justin all about it. I'm like, yeah, so there was a boy in my dream and there was a girl in my dream, so can't tell you what gender, sorry.
That means we're gonna have one of each.
Hopefully that means we're gonna have one of each, but mind you, the older child was a girl. The younger one is a boy. The older child, who was a girl, held my hand first. And then the little boy went around.
So we're having a girl.
Could be. But my previous dream, the cannibal was a boy, so. Cannibal. So yeah. From now on, I'll start, every time I have a vivid dream each week, I'll start to keep on track with that and make sure I mention it as one of the frequently asked questions. So stay tuned for that for week 15. I hope I didn't miss anything. Yeah, next week I'll see you guys again with more pregnancy updates.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Like, subscribe, comment, and share.
This video if you liked it. And for our YouTube families out there and YouTube friends, thank you so much for watching our channel. We really, really appreciate you guys, and please keep those comments coming. Love you. You can check us out on Instagram and our Facebook page as well. I believe the information's down below, right, hon? Okay. Love you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.